श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृति श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाब्द लक्ष्मात्मरक्षणयुगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूतमनर्गशीलं गोपाल देशिकमुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः. Today we are going to have an enjoyment of yet another slokam of Vishnu Sahasranamam Stotram. The slokam number is 77 and it's a very beautifully coined slokam. Whether Bhishma narrated only the names or the stotrams and then Vyasa compiled it, we do not know. Perhaps it's a combination. Regardless, these were the names which were uttered by rishis and then it was picked up by Bhishma and compiled by Vedavyasa as witnessed by Lord Krishna. So today's slokam is Vishwamurtir Mahamurtir Deeptamurtir Amurtiman Anekamurtir Avyakta Shatamurti Shatananaha Vishwamurtihi Mahamurtihi Deeptamurtihi Amurtiman Anekamurtihi Avyakta Shatamurtihi Shatananaha. Vishwamurtihi. Murti means the form. He who has the Vishwam, the Prapancham, the universe as his body. He has the entire universe as his Shariram, body. Mahamurtihi. He is the huge, humongous form, immensely huge. Compared to the Prapancham, he is very many times bigger. And Deeptamurtihi. He does not only have a huge form, he has got a shining, resplendent tejas. He is full of tejas, shining form. Deeptam. Amurtiman. He who has no fixed form is one artham. Another one, he who has subtle forms as his property, as his wealth. We will come to that later. Aneka Amurtiman, Aneka Murtihi. Aneka Murtihi means here many forms. Vishwamurtir, Mahamurtir, Diptamurtir, Amurtiman, Aneka Murtir, Avyakta, Shatamurti, Shatananaha. Here, Aneka Murti, Avyakta, Shatamurti. Avyakta means he who cannot be realized, who cannot be comprehended, who cannot be fathomed, understood. So, Avyaktaha, Shatamurti, he is with hundreds of forms. And Shatananaha, he who has many face. Ananaha means face. He who has many face. There are subtle anubhavams, differences in commentaries of all these wonderful names, divine names. Each one is so glorious that one needs to just contemplate the anubhavam of our acharyas on these names and the iota, the fraction of Bhagavan's Vaibhavam through this. So, first one is Vishwamurtihi. Vishwamurtihi means he who has the universe as his body. Shankaracharya Adi Shankara mentions in his Shankara Bhashyam, he who has universe as his body. Whereas Parashara Bhattar in his Bhagavad Guna Darpanam, the mirror that reflects Bhagavad Gunas, in his Vyakyanam, he says, he has the universe as his body. That strong Bhagavan also resides within everyone as Antaryami, as the indweller. The reason why we are not able to understand is because we are karma vashyas. He is there in each one of us as Antaryami, as the indweller. Even Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in 10th chapter, 19th slokam, Hantate katayishyami divya hyatma vibhutayah pradhanyatah kurukshreshtha nastyanto vistarasya me. I will briefly describe, Krishna says to Arjuna, I will briefly describe my divine glories to you, O Kurushreshta, the best of the Kurus, Kuru dynasty, because there is no end to their detail of my divine glories. Nastyanto vistarasya me, there is no end. Even Nammalvar in Thiruvaimazhi, he says, Ulagil tiriyum karma gatiyai ulagamai உலகுக்கே ஓர் உயிர் இனமா ஓர் உயிருமானாய் புற அண்டத்தே இந்த எக்ஸ்டர்னல் யூனிவர்ஸ் அழகில் பொலிந்த திசை பத்தாய அருவேயோ அழகில் பொலிந்த அறிவிலேனுக்கு அருளாயே. My Lord, my Bhagavan, my Master, you are the super soul, the Antaryami, the indweller of both the visible as well as the non-visible, the invisible. The non-visible or the sentient is the Jivatma, who cannot be seen, whereas all that is seen is the matter, the Prapancham, the Shariram, the body. He is there dwelling in both of this, inside the Jivatma as well as inside the body, inside the Prapancham, inside the matter, inside the laptop, inside the phone, inside everything and everyone. The acts and the performers in all the worlds besides the Jivatmas are innumerable. So he says, Bhagavad Gita in the Nammalvar, he says, your sweet grace, Kripai, with that only one can understand this. So, in fact, Parasara Bhattari explains that the body, which is body of Perumal, is the universe, the Prapancham, the Shariram. The body of the Lord is the Jivatma. So, Vishwamurti is so beautifully described. Mahamurti, he is of immense form, huge form. He who is immensely worthy of worship. Mahamurti. Parasara Bhatta says his body is huge, humongous. It is the resort, it is the residence for everything in the entire universe. He gives reference from Bhagavad Gita as support, 11th chapter, 7th slokam. Ihaikastam jagat kritsnam pasyadyacharacharam mama dehe gudhakesha yachan yadrashtumichati. Gudhakesha, Arjuna, see now the whole universe with all things moving and non-moving are residing in one corner of my body. You may also see that in my body. Anything else you wish to see, because everything is part of my body. Whatever that you wish to see is there in the corner of my body. So, in fact, 11th chapter, 13th slokam also describes Arjuna seeing the whole universe in Bhagavan's body. Tatraikastam jagat kritsnam pravibhaktamane kada apashyadeva devasya sharire pandavastata. There, in that form, Arjuna beheld the whole universe in that form, Vishwarupam. He beheld the whole universe in Krishna, with the manifold divisions gathered together in one single spot within the body of Lord Krishna. He is the Lord of the universe. So, Thirumangai Alvar also says in Periya Thirumazhi, Alattarku ariyai, he is immeasurable, Alattarku ariyai. If the whole universe is but a tiniest part of his body, one can imagine the true huge Mahamurti. When Lord took the Varaha Avataram, it seems the entire delusion, the entire waters in the universe, in the Prapancham, became one small droplet within the toenails of Varaha. He has got a nail on his leg, and between the nails there is a small hole, a hollow portion, a gap. In that gap, the entire waters of the Prapancham was there, visible. He took such a huge form. That is why Andal says, Manamila Pandriyam in Nachiyar Tirumali. Manamila Pandriyam means humongous form, means Upamanamila Pandriyam. There is no comparison, there is no simile, there is no example. You cannot say it is equivalent to that. Also, you can say Avamanamila Pandriyam, means he has got no shame to take the huge boar avataram, Pandri avataram, because he had to go into the water and take the Bhumi Pirati out from the troubled waters. So Vishwamurti, Mahamurti, Diptamurti. Diptamurti, he who has tejas. So he who has a form which shines exceptionally. Parasara Bhatta says anything in this universe which shines is because of an iota, a fraction of his tejas. He quotes Bhagavad Gita slokam, 10th chapter, 41st slokam. Yadyat vibhutimat sattvam srimat urjitamevacha tat tad deva tad deva eva gachatvam mama tejom shashambhavam. Whatever being is possessed of power, whatever being, if the sun has effulgence, shine, glory, splendor, if the moon has brightness, if the lamp, if the tube light has brightness, if the whatever has tejas, the splendor, the energy, please know, Arjuna, that it is coming from a fragment of my power. Krishna tells Arjuna. He is not exaggerating, he is not boasting, he doesn't have to. He is telling the fact. Even Kathopanishad says, Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam. While shining by itself, it illuminates everything else. The Divya Prabandham says, Nandada Kolum Shudare, Yangal Nambi. Trimangyalva says, Nandada Kolum Shudare, Shudar. It is a light, Tejas, Jnanam, Balam, Aishwaryam, Viryam, Shakti, Tejas. All these 6 attributes define the word Bhagavan. Vishnu Puranam says, Bhaga means one who has 6 attributes. Jnana, Balam, Aishwaryam, Viryam, Shakti, Tejas. And that is what is described in this. So, Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Tejas. In that, Tejas means that which is quite effulgent, that which will completely darken the other's luster. When he comes, the sun becomes completely dark. And Bhishasma Dvatah Pavati, Bhishodeti Suryaha. Even Lord, when in the 11th chapter, 12th slokam, Sanjaya describes the splendor of Lord Krishna to Dhritarashtra. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Yugapatuttita. If 1,000 suns were to blaze, were to shine simultaneously in the sky, 1,000 suns together, if it is in the sky, the splendor of that 1,000 suns, S-U-N, sun, Suryan, is only a fraction of the splendor of this mighty being. Sanjaya tells Dhritarashtra, Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavedyukapat Uttita. So Deepta not only in the sense of resplendent, it is also explicit and not hidden. Deepta Murti. Then we have Amurtiman. Amurtiman, he who has subtle and formless things as his possessions. One needs to know. People do think that it means he has got no form. Amurtiman means no murti, no form. But it will violate the previous 3 names which are being talked about. Vishwamurti, Mahamurti, Deeptamurti. Then he says no murti. That doesn't sound right. So Parasara Bhatta says, he who has Amurti Man means one who has the subtle formless things as his possessions. For example, if one has bhakti, he is called Bhaktiman. When who has buddhi, he is called Buddhiman. One who has Amurti, he is got Amurtiman. So Amurti is he owns even the forms which are Amurtis. So what is Amurti? Like several, you can say the earth, the fire, the vayu, the space, the wind, that the prapancham, the prakriti, that which is the cosmic rays, the Wi-Fi waves, whatever, the ultraviolet rays, that which cannot be seen, cannot be heard, cannot be touched. Even that he has possessions. He who has these possessions. Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter 4th sloka says, Bhumir apo nalo vayuhu kham mano buddhirevacha ahamkara itiyamme binna prakritirashtada. Earth, water, fire, air, space, manas, buddhi, ego, the ahamkaram. Thus, my prakriti is divided eightfold, Krishna says. Yasya avyaktam shariram. He whose body, the unmanifested prakriti, Subala Upanishad says. Yasya atma sariram. He whose body, the individual jivatma is. Satapata Brahmanam says. He whose body is the jivatma. Yasya atma shariram. So, I still don't understand. There is a good story from Akbar and Birbal, which I would just give for a couple of minutes. Once Akbar asked Birbal, his minister, who is a devotee, who is a Hindu, who was a devotee. He says, you say God is there, God is here. Can you show me God? Your God. You say he can be seen, he can be felt, he can be experienced. Can you show? I want to see, then only I will believe, Akbar said. They used to have a good, sensible, radical, intelligent conversations. So Birbal could not answer immediately because he could not bring the Lord in the front of Akbar's eyes. So he went home sad, confused, disillusioned, what he should do, how he should respond. He knows, he has got complete, unflinching, unconditional faith that there is God. But how can he tell that to Akbar who doesn't believe? Especially our Sanatana Dharma. So he wanted to tell next day, but he was perplexed. So there was a 12-year-old boy, maybe his student or his shishya. He saw the guru who was having sad face. So he asked, what's the issue, sir? He explained, narrated this question. He said, simple, I can answer. You take me to the king, I will answer. So he was perplexed. He said, you can answer? Yeah, but not you, only to the king. Birbal said, something is better than nothing. Even if he is unable to convince, we can say, I thought he would convince, so we can find some more time. So he took him next day. So he asked Birbal, the boy asked the king when he faced the king, I would like to have candy or kalkand, the sweet sugar piece. So they brought kalkand and then he had that. Okay, now you tell me. No, I want one more. I want curd. Okay, the king was getting frustrated. But anyway, he will tell me the answer. So he asked somebody to bring a pot of curd. So he was brought. So he asked now, the king. So still now Birbal was wondering what is he going to answer. He asked the king, I want you to answer. Is there any butter, vennai, inside the curd, inside this yogurt? Is there any butter? King said, yes, there is. Okay, take it out. No, I cannot take it out. Now Birbal knew. He stood erect. He was confident. He knew where the discussion is going. So King said, I can't take out the butter. Why not? I have to churn. Somebody has to churn for a few minutes or maybe hours, because depending on the size, depending on the fermented curd, and then the butter will roll and float on the top. Okay? You have to churn, you have to do, perform an action. Then only it will come. There is no point in saying there is butter inside the yogurt, inside the curd. You can keep talking. There is curd, there is a venai, and inside the venai there is ghee. You can also say ghee. Ghee is there inside the butter. How will it be there when you melt it? So that is why Nammalvar says in Thiruvaimazhi, Karanda palul neyye pol. He said the Lord is like Karanda palul neyye pol. He is like a ghee inside the milk which is just been milked from the cow. How can we have ghee from the just fresh milk? It is there. You have to boil, then you have to make curd, then you have to churn, you have to get butter, then you have to boil, then it will come ghee. It was originally there. So Lord is an indweller, antaryami, manifested inside everything and everyone. One has to contemplate, do dhyanam, do action, do bhakti, prostrate, surrender, whatever upasanas, then only you will realize. King folded his hands. Good, very good. So that is why Vishwamurti Maha Amurtiman, he is there who has got the subtle forms as his body. Then Anekamurti Avyaktaha. So Anekamurti, he who has many forms. Anekamurti. Here we talk about Anekamurti means who has got very many forms. Param, Vyuham, Vibhavam, Antaryami, Archa. Because the Lord Narayana, Vishnu means Vasudeva, means one who resides in everything and everyone. Vasudeva, one Vasippade, Ellaridathilum Vasippavan. Vasudeva. Vishnu, Vishwashvai Namaha. So one who manifests in everything and everyone. Narayana means one who is housed in everything and everyone. One who houses everyone and everything in him. Naranam Ayanam Yasya Saha Narayana. That is the Lord. He is there. It is his Atma Rupam, Atma Swarupam. But he also takes a form, because one cannot comprehend this. He is there, everyone, everywhere, everything. Nobody can comprehend. So he took a form because of his daya, kripa, vatsalyam, mercy on us, to have a form so that we can contemplate on the form with Shankha Chakram, with the silk cloth, with the Vanamala, with the red lotus eyes, with the beautiful red mouth, with the lovely face, and Chaturbhujam, Shashanka Chakram, Sakirita Kuntalam, Sapita Vastram, Sarasiru Hechanam, Sahara Vaktrastala Kaustubam. All this he has got, and he took the form in Paramapadam, in Sri Vaikuntham, as the Paramapadanathan, which is where we all, when we attain moksham, we go there. Where there is Ananta, Garuda, Vishwaksena, Adishesha, everybody is there. It is not easy access for us unless we attain moksham. We cannot travel there. It is like a vessel filled with the pralayam water, pralaya water. Pralayam will come when we are subtle, it's too far away. The second Rupam is the Seshashayi on the Milky Ocean, Ksheerabdinathan, where Devas, the Rishis, the Sanaka Maharishi, they all can see. Where Brahma, Devendra, Agni, Vayu, Rudra, they all can go and see Ksheerabdinathan. We cannot reach there also. The third Rupam is he takes the avatar. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Parashurama, Rama, Balarama, Krishna, Kalki, Hayagriva, Hamsha. Dattatreya, Dhanvantri, Hamsa, so many avatarams. These Vibhava avataram, they are called Vibhava avataram. These are enjoyed only those by those who were living in those times, not by us. We cannot enact, we cannot see Krishna in the Vibhava avataram, walking in middle of us, dancing in the middle of us, stealing the butter from our house. We cannot see. What we see is the Archavataram. The Archavataram, he makes himself easily available in the Divya Deshams, in the temples, in our Sannidhi, puja room, in a small Vigraham that we perform puja. He makes himself so easily accessible. The Archavataram in the temple, even though it is made of stone or metal, if I say it is only a stone or only a metal, it is unpardonable apacharam, unforgivable apacharam. Because if you take, say, 100 liters of milk and you add 1 liter of water in that, still it is milk. You cannot call it as water. Similarly, when you take a metallic form of Rama or Krishna or Hayagriva or Narasimha, whoever, whatever that you are looking for, form that you enjoy seeing, and if you consecrate that with mantras, in the agama, in the method which is described in the shastras by the Vedic scholars, by the agama vidwans, and it is enshrined, and then it becomes completely powerful, and the Lord comes in that form, and he is perfectly available there for us to be blessed. That is why the Divya Desams has got so much of vibes. There is yantram, mantram enshrined in those Divya Desams. Similarly, the Shaligramam, which we have in our puja room, a small Shaligrama stone which is formed in Kantaki Nadi in Nepal. The Lord houses himself in the Shaligrama. So that is why Alvar says, Angvait Ingu Pirande. He is there in Sri Vaikuntham or as Narayana in Divyatma Swarupam, and he is born here. Then Avyaktaha. Avyaktaha is he who cannot be realized. He cannot be understood. Bhagavan is beyond the sense organs. So Parasara Bhattar again refers to the Gita Slokam. Bhagavan is called Avyakta because in his human avatarams, such as Krishna avataram, his true nature was not understood by many, except Gopikas, except Akrura, even Arjuna. Finally, whether he understood or not, we do not know. After all the Gita was narrated, he went and started fighting. He never said, I surrender to you, please grant me moksham, after listening to 725 slokams of Gita. Naham prakasha, nakam prakasha sarvasya, yoga maya samavritaha, mudhoayam nabijanati, loko mam ajamavyayam. 7th chapter 25th slokam, he says, veiled or deluded by Maya, Yoga Maya. I am not manifest to all. I am not understood by all. The deluded world does not recognize me as the unborn, as the immutable. Naham vedair na tapasya na dhanena cha ijjaya sakya evam vido drashtum drashtan vanasi mam yata. 11th chapter 53rd slokam, he says, not by learning Veda, by being austerities, tapas, by gift, dhanam, by sacrifice, yajnam, I cannot be seen in a form that you see me. Krishna tells Arjuna. Means you can see only by bhakti, only by preeti, only by kadal, premam, preeti, nesham, only by love, devotion, with an unalloyed bhakti, with an unconditional, unflinching bhakti. You cannot say, I learnt all, I know 725 slokams of Gita, I have learnt Vishnu Sahasranamam. If there is no bhakti, no. It does not go waste, it will come. soon. So here we says Bhagavan is close by and never far away. He is not seen and he neither ages nor decays. That is his wonder. Eko Deva Sarva Bhuteshu Gudaha. Shvetaswara Upanishad says he is one deity, but he remains hidden in all beings. Yavarkum Chintaikum Kochanamallan. Trivayamadi says, Yavarkum Chintaikum Kochanamallan. Nobody can comprehend. He is beyond the grasp of anyone. Avyaktaha. So that is Avyaktaha. Shatamurti. He who has many forms. Shatamurti is similar to Anekamurti. Hundreds of forms. It is a figurative expression. Sagasra Purushaha. Sagasraksha Sagasrapat. So, Sahasra Shirisha, 1,000 heads, 1,000 feet, 1,000 hand. They say, Shankaracharya distinguishes between Anekamurti and Shatamurti. He interprets Anekamurti in terms of his different avatars. And Shatamurti, he says, Vishnu is a form of pure Jivatma, the body. All the Jivatmas in which he resides. He projects himself into all these beings and the matter. Nana Vikalpaja Murtayaha Samvida Kritehe Shantiyita Shatamurtihi. Shatamurtihi, then Shatananaha. Shata Ananaha. He who is many aspects, many faced. எனக்கு இன்னொரு முகம் இருக்கு. We see in the movie dialogue. இன்னொரு முகத்தை பார்த்தா நொந்துடுவேன். So that is, he has got many aspects. Shata Ananaha. Who is many faced. He who has many forms. But last one was Shata Murtihi. Here Shata Ananaha. Shata Ananaha. For example, Rama Avataram. Rama in Uttarakandam. Rama he sends a spy, because he generally sends spies across all directions to get to know what the people think about his kingdom, about his rulership, about his administration, whether he is a Dharmavan, whether he is following the Kshatriya Dharma. And one spy came and said, there was one washerman who doubted his wife because she had stayed in somebody else's house for a day. He said, I have not accepted my wife because she visited someone, and I'm not accepting because I'm not Rama. I'm not like king. He who accepted after his wife stayed in Ravana's palace for almost a year. I'm not Rama. He said that. This is a stupid talk by the washerman. It's just loose talk. Rama knew exactly what a chaste wife Sita Pirati was. In fact, she even underwent, for the sake of the humanity, for the sake of the world, she underwent Agni Pariksha. And people have so many questions, doubts on that. And Rama wanted to prove to the world she is the purest of the purest. And then he accepted her. And now, when this person narrated the washerman's words, Rama felt that he needs to act. And the next day, Sita Pirati informed Rama that she is now conceiving with the usual shyness, with an embarrassing response. She said, I think I'm pregnant. And then when somebody is pregnant, the husband has to buy what she loves, or get what she loves, or does what she wants. So he asked her, what do you want? I will get for you such a happy news. Sita Pirati said, the forest was so pure, so unpolluted, so nice, serene, and I would like to live near the Ganges, at the forest, with the rishis, where the rishis ashrams are there. I would like to live in one of the rishis ashram. because she had heard from her spies a week before of the same washerman's statement, and she wanted to prove to the world that my husband is beyond any flaws. And she herself volunteered and offered a solution to Rama's uh, pitiable plight. As a king, he needs to follow the dharma to keep his citizens happy, pleased, and follow the dharma, kshatriya dharma. Today, nobody follows who is ruling. That's beside the point. Those days, in Krita Yugam, Treta Yugam, Dwapara Yugam, I am talking about. So he was a dharmishtan. So he she gave a solution. So drop me in the ashram, one of the rishis ashram. So he unwillingly, tearfully asked Lakshmana to drop Sita Pirati in one of the rishis ashram. And Lakshmana, with a hard heart, went driven by Sumantra, the charioteer, and the minister. Sumantra took both of them, and she was dropped at sage Valmiki's ashram with a painful farewell, and he came back. On the way, Lakshmana told Sumantra, "Why did Anna do this? Why did he have to follow that stupid washerman's statement? You obey." Then the Sumantra said, there is a story behind, and he narrates that, which is because he has been he's a old guy. He knew the tattvams. So the reason, the secret behind this is, once Narayana was chasing few asuras, rakshasas, and the rakshasas went and hid themselves inside the ashram of Bhrigu Maharishi. And the Bhrigu's wife asked them to hide themselves inside the ashram hermitage. And Narayana asked Bhrigu's wife, "Take them out. I saw them entering into your ashram. I want to kill them because they are doing hard. They are bad people. They are evil doers to the devas, to the other rishis." She said, "They surrendered to me. I have to protect." He said, if you are supporting the evil, you are also to be punished." And Narayana sent the Chakraidam, killed the Rakshasas, killed Bhrigu's wife, and came back. Bhrigu Maharishi was coming from the river after the Sandhya Vandanam, and he saw, and he gave, without even thinking, he gave curse that you would also suffer the separation from your wife like this. And immediately he realized, what am I doing? He did the right thing because he understood everything. He did the right thing by killing my wife who was supporting the evil. And hence it is not acceptable. And I made a curse, and my apologies. Please forgive me. He prostrated at Narayana. Bhagavan said, once given by a rishi, it has to be obeyed. I would do that in some avataram. And this is Rama avataram, where he has to separate himself from his wife, as per the curse of Bhrigu Maharishi. But without any, people would then blame Bhrigu Maharishi. Why did he curse? He should not have done. Now they are separate. All that. He wanted to enact this as if some washerman has given us some loose talk, as if Sita Pirati herself volunteered, as if Rama and these actors, Rama and Sita, separated themselves, even though they are inseparable. They are the Lord, God and Goddesses. They can never be separated. But for that avataram, they did that. So when Lakshmana understood the significance, when he came to Rama's palace, Rama was crying uncontrollably, missing Sita Pirati. Because even for a fraction of a second, he cannot separate the pangs of separation. He cannot bear. Then he said, why did you then ask her to go? Lakshmana asked, that is because I was Raja Raman that time. Now I am Sita Raman. So he is Dasharatha Raman, Koshala Raman, Kodanda Raman, Jaya Raman, Sita Raman, Raja Raman. So many Raman. Raman Yattanai Ramanadi. There is a song. Similarly, we have also for Krishna. Devaki Krishnan, Yashoda Krishnan, Kokula Krishnan, Gopala Krishnan. Then we have Rukmini Krishnan, Bhama Krishnan, Meera Krishnan, Radhe Krishnan. There are very many Krishnan and butter thief Krishnan. So we have lots and lots of Krishnan, Kalinga Nardana Krishnan and Gitacharya Krishnan. So Krishnan has got so many aspects. Here Shata Ananaha means hundreds of aspects. He has got Vatsalyam, he is a Swami, he is a Saulabhyan, he is a child, he is the Lord, he is the Father. Parasara Bhattar gives 11th chapter 10th slokam. Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, Aneka Bhuta Darshanam, Aneka Divya Abharanam, Divyaneko Dhyatadbhutam. With innumerable mouths, eyes, marvelous aspects, which is Satananaha, many divine ornaments, many divine weapons. This is how Sanjaya starts the narration of Vishwarupam to Dhritarashtra. Even 13th chapter, 13th slokam, Krishna himself says, Sarvatah Pani Padam, Tat Sarvokchi Shiro Mukham, Sarvatah Shrutiman Loke, Sarvam Avritya Tishtati. Everywhere, the hands, feet, eyes, heads, mouths are seen everywhere. The ears are on all sides. It exists encompassing all things. Even Nammalvar says in Thiruvaimozhi, Tolgal Ayirattai, Mudigal Ayirattai, Tunai Malar Kangal Ayirattai, Talgal Ayirattai, Pergal Ayirattai, Tamiyanen Periya Appane. Thousands of shoulders, thousands of faces, thousands of eyes, thousands of names, Vishnu Sahasranamam. So, the means for sustaining life. Ananam means for sustaining life. He is the mean. He provides innumerable ways for us to sustain our lives. Jivana upayanam cha bahu vidyam tatacha yadyat jivane shilpa vasishtyam. So here, he who has provided innumerable ways through which life is sustained for different creatures. So beautifully we are enjoying the Krishnavatarams through his Gita words, through his Leelas, and through Parasara Bhattar and Shankaracharya's Vyakyanam. Adiyen, Dhanyosmi. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha.